Kent Maggart's here, Vince Frederick, Murray Smith, here, Peter Perez, here. And Sharon is here. There's some. We have a quorum. Item 2, receive comments from the public. Everybody looks familiar. See no public, no comments. Item 3, consider an act on request for adjustments or relief from the specific charges posed by the district. None from Jeannie. Uh-oh.
No one for you.
Yeah.
I know, right? So we have billing adjustments for the month of August and September for the resident that lives at 29 Star Violet Street. And they were notified on September 13th of high usage by Woodlands Water with a door hanger. They had been out of town since July. So their caretaker did not know that it was their toilets.
Yeah.
And they have multiple toilets. And so anyway, they did have a plumber come out. They ended up replacing one of the toilets and then replacing the internal mechanisms of the other toilet. So they have addressed it. They've signed up for Water Smart. So we got them all signed up on that. So the adjustment, let's see, for August, their bill amount was $1,687.37.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we're proposing an adjustment for August in the amount of $1,182.60. That includes a surface water fee of $481.14. And then
What was the discount? I mean, I wasn't adding it up.
$1,182.
No, versus what was the discount?
Well, their bill amount?
Yeah.
$1,687.37. And that was the total.
$600.
That was for August, right? And so the adjustment amount that we're proposing based on the adopted policy is $1,182.60. And that includes the surface water fee, the one time that they can get a refund for that or an adjustment for that at $481.14. And then for September, we're proposing an adjustment in the amount of $267.40, no surface water fee adjustment. The bill amount was $710.49. So we did the calculations based on the adopted policy, and we're proposing that an adjustment be made for August and September for a total amount of $1,450. We would recommend approval of that based on our policy. So.
I have a motion to accept Kim's recommendation of the adjustment. You got it. Second.
I have to
All those in
abstain.
favor?
I know the neighbors, so I have to abstain.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Consent agenda. Items 4 through 8. So everybody had a chance to look at the consent agenda and the minutes and have any questions or comments.
I make motion to approve the consent agenda.
Have a second? Favor aye. Aye.
Can I make a comment on last minutes from last meeting?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, so we voted to pay $10 a household as a contribution to the MUDs, right? The other MUDs, the dam, I think. Okay, this brings a question to my mind. Why don't we just consolidate all the MUDs in the Woodlands into one MUD? Why have we got 10 MUDs?
A wonderful question.
And
You're so
why
smart.
what's the reason that it can't be done?
Taxes. Some of the months you probably got a bill for a few $100s. If you were in the other MUDs or we consolidated, you get a bill for a few $1,000s.
No, I understand
So
that.
the
I mean, that's a spreadsheet that can be worked out by some young person who knows what they're doing. But it's just different. It's just different payments for everybody in the Woodlands, right? I mean, there's no reason why within one MUD, there can't be different payments for the residents of what used to be MUD 36 or whatever. You know, and is there any legal reason why this
Yeah.
can't be done? There is.
There it is.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
No.
gonna make you do the research, but there's the legal.
Well, I'm asking the lawyer.
Well, the attorneys that have been practicing a long time at the firm before I joined it have, I'm sure, a lot of great reasons. I mean, I think one even beyond legal, suppose, would just be the divide and conquer aspect of having local governance, having people from just the neighborhood as opposed to governing, the small, as governing each neighborhood. You're opposed to having 5 people govern everything.
Make it 10 people
50.
or 15, not 50. I mean, surely this can be looked at and,
You hold that to the end?
yes,
You hold it to the end?
yep,
I appreciate it.
okay. Sorry, go on.
Don't be sorry. You want everybody to.
We already approved the consent agenda. I think we did.
I think we did, I think we
See
did.
the regular monthly SGR and Woodlands Division report.
Good evening. So your operating report's on page 15, starts on page 15, and everything's nothing out of the normal. Everything's been running good. If you look into, I think it's page 25, start the progress on updates on the projects for the Woodlands Division. We're gonna add this extra paperwork, these more descriptive explanations of the projects, about twice a year. And then a little bit farther back, there's some graphs starting on page 43 for the aquifer levels. So happy to answer any questions.
The quick typo, I think, on page 17, the
Yes, sir.
water treatment plant permit. Okay, you got it.
Where is it?
I mean, it expires in 2027 probably.
We do read this stuff.
Yeah, not two of us got it. I'll watch. Thank you.
Any questions?
No question.
Wait just a second, I have a paper clip here. And, no, not you.
There are a lot of pages.
Yeah.
Okay, item 10, consider an act on contributing to the engineering design of the Bear Branch Dam service spillway.
Y'all actually voted on that officially last month. Well, you voted on it, but there wasn't an official action item. So this is just an action item to memorialize that. If you recall, it was $20,000. So I just need a motion to
Have a motion.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
appreciate it.
Okay, item 11, received an update on the easements to Honeycomb Ridge Homeowners Association for park use. I thought we have all,
I thought we did it too.
Thought we did that.
Yeah. There's an update.
Yeah, I think Brian's office was just finalizing that paperwork. So yeah, no, there's no.
Yeah, that was,
Better to have an agenda item than not.
we were wondering if you wanted to have it on, keep that item on the agenda for whatever reason. That could be.
no, so we can take these future 10 and 11 future agendas, right?
Yes.
Good.
We found out that they already had the right to, the easement and, we didn't know that. We thought we might have
Right,
to
it was,
pay $10,000 to have the paperwork done. So
right.
we're happy with that.
Item 12, consider an act on designating or confirming a representative to vote in the Associated Water Board Directors bylaws, amendments and elections.
So as a.
Explain to that, what's this is all.
As a member board, member MUD of AWD, you have the opportunity to cast a vote in various things that they do. There's not a whole lot of that. The usual thing that you might vote in is the AWD Board of Trustees. And that vote usually occurs at the summer conference. So I believe you usually vote in person on that if you attend those conferences and they're in June. In this case, another thing they're asking for vote on is modifications to the bylaws. Look pretty housekeeping to me, so I don't think there's any earth-shattering changes, but this motion or this agenda item is just to designate whom you want to be that person or designate it to me. That's what other months, it's been about 50-50. That's, others have been real quick to do that today.
And we can designate, I second that.
All right.
I half expected it. Yes, I do.
I think you're the only,
I do. I go.
you go to the conference.
Yeah, we got,
So did anybody on this board go for the last two?
no.
I don't think so. So you're the logical
I'm
person.
happy. I'm happy.
Thank you, representatives. I'm sure you'll do a good job. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, aye.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Matters related to director of election to be called on May 2nd, 2026, including authorization to post notice regarding candidate filing period. I assume that's
Yes, sir.
Y'all saw that?
Well, in other words, it's-
63
that's in
today.
addition of all this that you go into the attorney's report after this.
Okay. So yes, the elections are coming up in May. There will be an agenda item in January to call the election. For now, there is a requirement to post that notice you're speaking of by December 15th. There's a copy of it, or what it looks like on page 63 of your packets. If you want to look at that, and it says on there the first day to place your application in or file your application is January 14th. The last day to file it will be February 13th. And it gives, you'll see on there a few different ways to submit that application. So all we need at this point in time is just a motion to authorize SBA.
motion to authorize as,
Second to post it in public information.
I got a question. I know we post here and you have to post it and there's always been this, they stick a paper notice in Tamarack Park on a monument over there. And I don't know whether, those are the two places.
is that-
We post in 4 places.
Where's the other two?
We post at the courthouse in Conroe.
Oh.
We post here on our bulletin board
Yeah.
in the office. We post online. And we post the park, right? Or did I already say that? Did you?
And the website as well.
And the website. Websites are here in the courthouse.
Running out of time, they end up and it rains once and it falls on the ground. I just as I see it up there and I guess there's a statute that you have to have someplace in the district that.
Yeah.
Since
That is.
this isn't in the distance,
Right.
so there has to be one posting in the district. So that's it.
In the district and then at the administrative offices and then on the website if there is a website.
Okay.
And then at the courthouse, the county.
Yeah, we're not married to that park location. I mean, it has to be in the district, but.
No, that's
Don't
been.
put it on your house, store. Put it on your
Need more people go there than
Then
they go
probably-
to the South County Community Center, so that's probably a pretty good deal.
Tamarack Park.
It's pretty, it's the public place that's probably within our
Yeah,
mud. So that's probably a good choice.
I just was curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the four places.
Okay, so we've had motion in a second. Call for a vote.
All those in favor?
Yep.
Aye. Aye. Okay, now receive the attorney's report.
I have nothing further under the attorney's report.
Great. Manager's report, item 15.
Yes, just a couple of things. We already talked about the dam. We did have a tour of the dam a couple weeks ago, so that was pretty well attended. Folks got to kind of see a bird's eye view, what we're dealing with. Our general manager's report starts on page 65. So you can start to see various work and things that we're doing throughout the Woodlands. We are going to start, or we already have started, work in the ditches as you budgeted. So we've hadn't done all that we've done specific yet in 36, but we've started it across the Woodlands and we'll be making our way through as the budget was approved. I do have the GRP summary there in the back as well, page 84. And then I included a Chronicle article that we found. There's two others through the Courier that I'll provide to you next, your next meeting, that also were mud related or subsidence related. So they just came out to print on this, so I'll get that to you next time. And
I
then
do have a
I have a
question.
thank you that we
I
had.
saw that
Okay,
whenever you think.
go for it.
Well, page 84, I just happened to catch it. and put
That's the
it-
trustees report.
Oh, that's trustees.
That's the
report.
next item.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
I got a couple questions. What's the status of your four-man crew hiring for your ditch?
We have one. We've purchased most of the equipment that we don't have the chipper yet, but we have the mini excavator and skid steer. We've hired one of the field crew at this moment. So we're interviewing. We interviewed yesterday, earlier this week, and one last week. So we're trying to get resumes in fast as we can. So
It's the chipper that's having the problem. We don't find a qualified chipper.
no. Well, I will say candidly, historically, and I know that WWA had issue with this before, and I've talked to other colleagues in the industry. That is a market that is difficult to find folks, good folks. So I won't get into all the details.
No weeds, no
But-
weeds.
No, I mean,
I understand.
we've got to find folks that, that fit culturally with the organization and can fit with our field crews, et cetera. So, yeah, it's a process. But we are active on it for sure. We're every resume, we have a team here that we're reviewing. And then ones that meet the grade, at least we bring them in, and then, like I said, we've already hired one. And we're gonna continue on. We're still looking to get a crew of 3 to
Do
4.
they have to demonstrate their ability with the?
No.
Just give them a bow saw and a chainsaw. And see if they can start a chainsaw. There you go.
Okay.
I mean, as you can imagine, there needs to be a certain level of maturity and responsibility.
Absolutely.
No.
They're working semi-unsupervised.
Right, and in this case, there needs, one or two of them needs to be able to operate machinery. I mean, certainly there's some training that we need to do. We can send them, get some training on how to do stuff, how to run the equipment, but there's safety and reliability operating that machinery.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you got a poor bulldozer or a skid steer operator, and you can really jack up a ditch slope.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. If you're not paying attention, then you've caused yourself more work.
Yep.
So.
Comment about your newspaper article for one of the few people that probably gets the Chronicle in their driveway every day still.
I get it.
Hey, did you see the Sunday
Yes.
lead article, front page in the Chronicle specifically was about muds? So you probably haven't seen that one. but-
I've seen that one.
But anyway, it
One
was-
the Chronicle or the Courier also.
But anyway, it was the, all across the lead, what do you call
Yeah,
that?
headlines.
Well, but they call it a banner headline. It was like very.
What's
most of-
the focal
more-
point? I don't get it.
Well, it was educating people
About-
on the muds and their taxes and why their people are moving into new muds. And all of a sudden
Yeah.
find their mud taxes are higher than their school taxes, which most of us have done if we've been.
I did some calculations myself because I was thinking about moving into a 55+ community with a brand new mud. I looked into the mud. I started doing the calculations. Their mud tax is $1.35. All of our taxes, hospital, school, everything, mud and is $1.35. So it was a big shocker. And I said, I can't afford to live anywhere else. I'm staying right here.
Over 55, I'm surprised they let you in.
Well. I
So
can
so
talk
that
a
article
good
didn't
game.
make it sound like it wasn't difficult for MUDs to raise taxes.
Mm,
So that
That's not true.
MUDs can do.
We're legislative.
But it made it sound like the legislation didn't apply to MUDs. Yeah, to cities and counties, yes, but,
You're exactly right that that's what it sounded like.
okay,
Correct.
okay.
That's not.
But that's not, it's not.
That's not reality.
Okay.
A newer mud would most likely have a much higher tax rate. The Woodlands muds had much higher tax rates than you do now. Is on the front end, it's the cost to
Got
get
all the infrastructure.
treatment plants, everything's being built. And then over time, you pay off your debt and, the appreciation of the improvements goes up and that equation, goes down. And it's just that the Woodlands is 50 years old and
Right.
our tax rates are really low.
Yes, we.
One reason or another, I've been walking a lot recently, and then a lot of the walking paths are next to the ditches. There are trees, some of which grow in what I assume is the right of way. They're outside people's property fences that hang over the walking paths. Some trees are inside the fences and they hang way out over the ditch right of way. So whose responsibility is it? And I noticed that in a couple of places, these branches have actually collapsed down onto the ground and have just been left there.
That's all part of the maintenance that we'll be doing.
Okay, but whose responsibility is it really? If their tree grows in their property and it falls into the ditch, is anybody gonna worry about it, or you just clean it up?
No, we gotta trim it up so that we're not, our access to our facility is not impeded. So,
Or the flow of the water.
yeah, we have drafted a notice to the residents that when we do go in and do that, and it's gonna cover just what you're talking about, which is we might be trimming the tree that's sitting on your property, but your tree is overhanging, impeding our access, safety, et cetera, and operation of our facility.
It's legally you're part of the tree.
That's right. Yep. So just because the trunk is here and this part's affecting us, we're gonna let them know, but we're gonna trim your tree so that we have proper access and proper operation of the facility.
Because I look, as I walk under them, I watch them and listen.
Sure.
Greg Abbott knows about that.
Greg Abbott knows all
Well,
about
and you
that.
know what, a lot of those trees in the older parts, particularly, when they're along the fence, originated from a bird or a squirrel.
Really?
Those trees weren't planted on the fence lines.
We're never held to account.
50 years. They're
We
dead.
got a lawyer here. We got our lawyer here. And it's my understanding that you have aerial property rights, and once your neighbor tree grows over your house, even a foot, you have the right to cut it aerially at your property.
Property line.
I have done that.
Yeah, and when, which
But
is
you can't
essentially,
kill it.
yeah, well, that's true. But by the time it's dead, you'll probably be dead. So, but anyway, what Eric says is all that stuff that's overhanging our property is our responsibility. Right. So that's why I keep asking. I know exactly what Marie's.
Well, we've walked parts of it together.
So anyway.
I've seen it. Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
So
Last thing I had was John with the outreach report.
Evening. Page 78 for your outreach report. Structure renewal website, a couple new elements to that. If you haven't seen those, we finally have that GIS-based interactive map up there. Really powerful, but I think also very accessible tool for residents to get more information on renewal projects. And then we have a renewal video there as well. And then we'll be adding on to that video with some interviews that we did when we were creating it. So you'll see a longer form coming out here soon. So that's there. We're also producing a couple videos for Woodlands Water. We're doing a general explainer video, who we are, what we do, putting a face to the agency. And then a second one is in production as well on, it's called Source to Tap, where their water comes from. We'll have some animation in there. It's an instructional video. So those will be coming out sometime after the first of the year. Water Smart just crested 80%. Nice big fat number there. Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Thank God for Water Smart for Mr. Marinelli.
90's next. On page 79, some stats. I thought I'd give you kind of an annual review on Woodlands Water Weekly since that's a big tool for us. 16,000 plus contacts. Open rate of 73%, which is double the industry average for that type of e-newsletter. And then we had 860,000 reads on those emails in the last 12 months. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of information across through that. And then some more data on page 81 on social media. So we hired on a social media manager beginning of June, Stephanie Williams. She's been working hard and producing well since that time. We've seen a 77% increase in our Facebook interactions, a 500% increase in our LinkedIn interactions, and growth on other platforms too. Still a long ways to go. A number of our platforms are new, and lots of work to go, but really excited with the progress we've been able to make since she's come on board. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, received a Woodlands trustees report. One thing, it was a pretty quick meeting, but we had a discussion. Maybe you can, since Ed's here, fill in. We had a water loss of like 16%. That had been running 3 to 4 or 5%. And you were gonna check and see if anybody could resolve that, just checking to see if anybody in the
Yeah,
last.
we've been working on it. We found part of the anomaly or part of it in a reporting error from our new billing software. And it had to do with when we cut off the read, and then when we send that number to them. So that accounted for about 20 million of the 100 million roughly. So we're still looking to see what the rest is.
Sharon's house was.
So.
That my neighbor.
Don't- Yeah, but I mean, that's 80 million gallons of water is, we would have seen that somewhere. So we're just not sure right now.
May not be, it may just be
Yeah.
on paper.
Right. We found part of it on paper. I don't know what else it could be.
Okay, I do have a question. I have a couple of red highlights for the trustees meeting. It's just, I want a clarification on page 84 regarding financials. It said net loss for the current period was 54,367. And the total cash and investments at the end of October were 1.7 million plus. And then they talked about capital purchases. I was just wondering, is that a 1 month thing? Is that since the fiscal year started, which would be a couple of months, or how is that calculated?
Just at the current month. And that fluctuates each month, up and down every month.
Mm.
Because remember, we try, we're responsible to keep our budget months worth of reserve, so it kind of fluctuates
Okay,
to a small degree each month.
okay, yeah,
Unlike a business where you wouldn't want to see that,
on a monthly basis.
it's a little different.
I got you
Thank you.
as a backup.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Do you have another one?
No, sorry,
Oh,
this was just a note for myself.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the only comment is the water loss, and they're gonna hopefully
We're still looking.
still looking. Okay. Okay, do we need to recess into special session? Recess. Meetings reconvene. Do I have any items for placement on future? Did we agree? Do we need to vote on not having a meeting next month?
Yeah, I wasn't, sorry. Yep, I'm gonna bring that up. Been a long day. I was just gonna propose that we don't, unless you have a reason or want to have a meeting in December, but as far as agenda items, we're pretty light right now. We've covered a lot. the last few months. And so I'd propose to not, if there's something that comes up that we need to have a meeting, I'll reach out to you and we can use our slot, but I'm proposing no.
Maybe we can't find the chipper.
We don't need a motion on that, just, that's just more of just acknowledgement. If you-
We don't need a motion?
I think all the
You want to?
It's 9 for 9 so far, so I don't know, if they're 10 for 10. I don't know if you want to mess that up or
I
not.
don't think there'd be a whole lot of unhappy staff, right? One buddy.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
I've always told that, look, it's our job to be here, so if there's reason to meet, we're gonna meet. But truly, I think we're good. At the moment.
For future agenda, I've got something that I'd like to put on the agenda, which is some kind of discussion on what is involved with having a rollback election. Is that what it's called for rate increases?
Tax increase.
Yeah, for the tax increase. Just to find out, is there, well, what does it cost to have an election, first of all? And, because we need more money. And I just wrote the check for my taxes and I'm like, this is really light. It's really, compared to everything else I've got to worry about, I'm like, if it was twice as much, I still probably wouldn't be upset.
No, you're right. It is like, I talked with a realtor recently and he told me he bought in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
We were talking about the price. He told me his taxes, not just for water, but his taxes were $12,000. And I was just shocked because I'm not used to seeing those kind of figures. Anyway, and he's in Montgomery County.
Hey,
So it's just for the agenda next time. I mean, if it's incredibly expensive and then maybe it's not worth it. If we can do it for a reasonable amount, and maybe we can have a little bit of a publicity thing of, it's relative.
well, it's got,
Yeah.
we need to wait probably until we resolve all of the wastewater plant and then, because there's, how we're gonna fund that.
Yeah.
First of all, what we're gonna do and how we're gonna fund it.
Yeah, I think we can, in the meantime, agree with that. I do think we can probably, because you're talking about it for a different reason.
Yeah.
We may need to do that for that reason.
Yeah.
We don't know that, because we may need money and we might have to do that, anyway.
Well, so just educate us.
Just education on what it is, how it works, that time, not that, yeah.
Not that we need to jump on it right away.
I heard you loud and clear. I like it.
Perfect.
I got something for the next one. I'm gonna make a proposal at the next one that Budge 1, 6, and 36 merge. Now, I have some of the rough numbers and some of the people involved, but I will have the full, I will have a full proposal for the next meeting in January, not December, right?
Can we defer that and you and I meet if you so choose? I'm working on some stuff and I think,
The second thing was what he said, all the MUDs come together. And so we can talk about that too. Is that okay, Eric?
yeah, I'd rather, because, I need to update you on studies. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Before we come back to the
Yeah,
MUDs.
I have talked to Deborah and I've talked to Bob, to yeah, all.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So anyway, I will defer that until we talk to Eric, okay?
Yeah, we'll set up the meeting up.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
I know you're just